Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the difference then? I mean, have you worked too much on the U.S. sets? I mean, I know some of the smaller stuff is now moving to Toronto.
Well, a lot of stuff that is U.S. content shoots over there, so I haven't had to. I mean, I've done a ton of stuff where I've shot in Vancouver and all across Canada, but most of there's so much U.S. content that shoots in Toronto that you kind of don't need to. Yeah, like, I mean, yeah.
Right up here?
Now that you're part of a show that's basically taken on a life of its own, with cult followings and conventions and things like that, like Star Trek and Firefly and things like that, what does it feel like when you're walking around and you see your picture on like T-shirts and coffee mugs and things like that?
Stop it! You're making me nervous. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't gotten used to it yet. Maybe people do. It's still a very strange thing to see. It's still strange to be recognized, in the grocery store. It's still strange to see your face on a T-shirt. I don't know if I'll ever quite get used to it. I'm thrilled about it, and I feel really, I'm really grateful for it. But I'm not quite used to it yet. No.
Right here.
So what other shows are you watching right now?
What shows am I watching? I'm like halfway through a whole bunch of shows. Like I haven't finished Breaking Bad. I know. I hear. Spoiler alert. And I haven't finished Nurse Jackie, which I'm kind of halfway. I keep getting halfway through stuff, and then I don't know what happens. But that's kind of. There's so many. Everybody keeps suggesting shows to me that I should watch. Do you have any? Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I should watch that. They shoot it like down the street. Yeah. And Tatiana Maslany, like brilliant, right? Yeah.
Right up here in the back.
How much, since your success in Lost Girl, how much does that affect the roles you get offered versus some of the other things you've done?
Oh yeah, I mean, like with anything, as you move through your career and the ball starts to get rolling, you definitely have more opportunities, and I've had more opportunities for sure. And just different types of roles, and people realize that they can sort of take a chance on you in a way that they may not have been able to before. A lot of money goes into a TV series or a movie, so it's they have to feel comfortable hiring you.
I'll tell you what, you got lucky getting us awesome sci-fi and fantasy fans behind you.
I get it. I know it.
We're all a little bit rabid and crazy and fun, right?
We're harmless.
Rebecca.
Did you go to like an acting school? Like how did you get started in acting?
Yeah, I did a 4-year theater degree. So it was a program in Toronto where they chose 16 of us to go through the program, and then we did that for 4 years. So I got a BFA and then started working fairly soon after.
Let's see some hands over here. You and Jackie.
I had another one while I was thinking about it. I kind of just found out about Lost Girl, so I binge watched 1 through 3 like 2 days. So
6 days.
There was the story arc where the girlfriend, I just lost her name.
Nadia.
There's this whole you were screaming at wow, my brain.
Do you mean when I was begging Bo to kill her?
Yeah, well, no, when you were, it's like, it seemed, and it may be because I just watched them one right after the other.
Yeah.
It seemed like the storyline just went, done. Like, you struggled for like 5 years to get her to wake up and to find the research.
She was going to kill us all. I had to make a quick decision. I don't know. It's a good question. It's a question for the writers probably. I can't speak to it, but.
Okay, then more of how do you feel about, hey, my girlfriend's late and now she's trying to kill us?
That was very upsetting. When your significant other goes homicidal, it puts a damper on sort of trust, I find.
Were you okay with the fact that they just kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I think that it would have been more interesting interesting for them to explore it, definitely. You know, sometimes in retrospect, you can't, you have an idea and it sometimes doesn't quite go how you thought. Again, like it's definitely a writer question. I can't really speak to the choices they made and why they made them because I just don't know. But certainly for me, I think that it would have been more interesting to explore that dynamic a little bit. I mean, Athena Karpenis, who played Nadia, is a tremendously talented actress. And so having her around longer would always be a good thing. Like she's gone on to do wonderful things, so she's great. But no, but I hear that, and it was a comment that I think came up a lot. Like that's not the only time I've heard that comment, so it certainly has resonated with people that happened for sure.
Up here in the back.
So have you asked the writers if they can do just the lab coat?
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen. I'm sure it'll happen before we bow out. If not, I'll just finally come to a con and do it. I like that we haven't actually said anything and people know what we're talking about.
I keep seeing a hand back in the back this way somewhere. Right there, there we go. Okay.
That's Eric, everybody. My new friend. Hey, Eric. Inspires me? I think that what I love, what I'm so proud of about that show is that it never references the obviousness that would be to reference, right? It never references that it's a same-sex relationship. It never references that Rick is a small person. It doesn't reference people's difference. And I think what's resonated with people is that, you know, it's okay to just be whatever you are and whoever you are and look like however you look and love whoever you love. And we kind of don't ever talk about it. And I love that it's never beaten over the head. We just are what we are. And I think that I think every person in the world can connect to that, you know, because I think we've all felt different at one point or another. And I love that.
See a hand over here.
You mentioned you're like a very comedic person, and we've definitely got a taste for comedy so far. Are you more like a dark humor, sarcasm, knock-knock joke?
Well, I'm British, so I sort of, you know, I certainly have a bit of a typical dry British sense of humor, which comes, you know, I think from my father. If you met him, you'd go, You might not do it like that. That was weird, but.
That's all everyone does?
Just all the time? Now that would be creepy.
Okay.
More has gone on and on about sex ed kids for the last year now. Any idea when it's going to be released here?
I have been just told that it will be available on iTunes May 1st, all across North America. So, yeah, you'll be able to get it. And that is a whole new world. Apparently all I do is roles with sex. It's starting to, should really branch out and play a lawyer or something. Oh, I did that actually once where I also had sex on the desk. Yeah.
Either way.
So how does one apply for the job of wrangler?
I know, totally. Do you want it? You're mine. There. Is that your girlfriend?
My wife, actually.
Your wife? You should probably just wrangle hers. It should be a monogamous wrangling. Okay, that's so lovely. Thanks.
How do you prepare yourself for like a makeout scene or sex scene? Because some people get nervous, some people like prank the other person. So what exactly do you do?
Oh, I'll have sex with anybody. I mean, it depends who it's with. I mean, with Anna and I have done it so many times now it's almost boring. But no, I mean, it's just we have a familiarity. I can never ever say that word. And so it's fine. But if like I had Ali Liebert on the show, and we had never met ever before, and like I think one of our first scenes was to have sex. So just it's sort of as awkward as you would imagine making out with someone you've never met before. Like you just kind of have to figure each other out quickly. So you have to go like 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's hi, you want a drink, and then let's get it on. Where you might have months, I have minutes.
I'm seeing the other one.
Okay, I started out with a really weird question towards people. On stage, of course, whenever I'm taking the script, you have to know
Typically, you memorize everything for the following day, the day before. Because once we start filming, there's no break. So if you're shooting 8 pages on Tuesday, you learn them on Monday when you get home. I mean, I go through the script beforehand as best I can if you've got a little bit of time, but we shoot very quickly. And so you're typically learning your lines for the next day, the day before. Well, they tell you what order the scenes will be in for the week. So at least I know what order. So you learn in order typically, or I do. Yeah.
Do you ever or do you or any of the other actors ever ad-lib into the scene?
Sometimes, not very often, but every now and then you sort of add a little ism here and there. Yeah, sometimes.
If you could actually become any Fae, what would you choose to be?
I think that Vex. Yeah. I think,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like him. Or maybe it's just Paula like. I don't know.
Again, you gotta admire somebody who can jump around and do their own stunts in heels.
I know, and
Wet leather pants.
yeah, totally.
I keep seeing a hand like straight back here. Yeah, there we go.
I like Lauren with Bo, but I'm enjoying her with Stephanie.
Oh yeah, the Morgan.
Pick light or dark.
Zoe would probably pick dark, like just because I love playing. I mean, you know, what I loved about Lauren at the very, very beginning of the series was that she walked this kind of weird line, and you never really knew if she was good or bad. And I love playing any kind of part, not necessarily good or bad, but where you kind of get to walk a line a little bit, and you're not any one thing. Because I don't think human beings are any one thing ever. It's like saying that person's a good person or a bad person or a funny person or a not funny person. I think we all have really we're really layered and we're really complicated, and I love playing characters that are that. That's interesting to me.
And then you always hear about, you know, light and dark. Light doesn't mean good and dark doesn't mean bad.
That's right.
And how much do you actually believe that?
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'll get back to you. Right up here.
When you're not working, what do you love to do?
I love walking my dogs. I live right beside a huge park. And so there's an off-leash area, and I go and I walk my dogs, and I hang out with my friends. I love traveling. I just was in Hawaii and Australia, and I love doing stuff like that. What's that?
Now you're in Kansas City.
I know I'm in Kansas, which is
Missouri.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm saying that too. I went, if it means anything to you, I went on the internet last night and figured it all out.
Awesome.
I kept reading it, and then one person said I haven't had the heart to tell her she's actually not in Kansas, and I was like, oh. So I get it. I'm sorry. You must get that all the time from just random people who don't know what they're doing.
Those of us on the correct side of the state line like to make sure everyone knows.
But it's weird. Why is there a Kansas City in Kansas and one in Missouri? I mean, how am I supposed to know? What's that? Not the good part. Okay, let's not fight.
Thank you.
How far ahead, it's kind of harder, how far ahead do you guys know where the story is going?
Well,
And also after that, as the writer said, that there's not an ending.
there has not been any word of a definite ending. There may be one, but they have not talked about it with us. And then in terms of your story arc for the season, you can talk to the showrunner. Not you. I mean, you could maybe. I can talk to the showrunner, and they'll give you an idea of what the plan is for your character that season. But then you get the scripts pretty much the week before you actually shoot them. So we're kind of learning as we go. Yeah.
Back here and back.
What would you like? Where would you like to see your character going?
Oh, I don't know. I just want her to go crazy. She's so uptight all the time. Just want her to just chill out.
Build pipe bombs.
You what?
Build pipe bombs again?
Yeah, totally. Build those. I mean, not dangerous necessarily. Just, I want her to go to a rave or something. Yeah.
After hours.
Yeah, totally. That girl. Go ahead.
I know that usually food on set is real, but about all the alcohol that gets consumed on the show, when is it real and when is it not?
We don't drink any real alcohol when we're filming. The most it'll be like that 0 point whatever horrifying beer thing that sometimes. But the wine is some mixture of grape juice and hell or something. I don't know what that taste is, but yeah.
Not one of your favorites.
No.
On Warden Owl, I think you said that you were interested in writing and directing and stuff. Have you like written anything, or like what if you were gonna write? Like what would you want to write? Like what genre or anything like that?
I don't know if I could write genre. I don't know if I'm well versed enough to be able to do that. But you know, all kinds of stuff actually.
No, I mean like not like genre stuff, like just any kind of like.
Oh, you don't mean specifically genre. You mean which genre?
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I have a few things on the go right now, and they kind of hit all sorts of genres, except genre. Yes.
So do you ever feel like you have the opportunity to explore other roles than just acting on set? I know a lot of shows give their actors and other talent opportunities with writing, directing.
Yeah, you could. I mean, I'm pretty happy on Lost World to do the part I'm in right now. But my own work, I would be more inclined to do that. Yeah.
Let's see another. Let's go with the gray. I don't think we've gotten that question.
Are you enjoying the new Lauren kind of teaming up?
Oh yeah. Anytime I get to shoot anything with Chris, so Chris and I like each other a lot. So it's fun to get to play a little bit more with him.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh good. I'll let him know. Let's go ahead.
For the Mingle for a Mission that happened back in June, I asked you a question, and I wanted to ask you if it has changed to describe your life in a 6-word sentence.
What did I say then?
No telling. See what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm
My life in 6 words? Fast, crazy, fast.
I do. Let's see. What was it?
So you don't.
I don't.
Remember? You don't know.
You said sex,
anxiety,
dogs, cats, anxiety.
Yeah, it's the same thing as fast. Same thing.
And the kilt back here.
Your friends chance the letters or your friends in for a quick cameo?
No. Well, any of my friends that are actors, they act. Non-actors? No, I haven't. Why? Do you want to be on Lost World? You do what?
Pretty for TV.
I know. It's hard. It's just the cross you have to bear.
I'm gonna bring it really quick back to your dogs because I'm a total dog person. Now we've referenced them twice. What kind of dogs?
Papillon and a Shih Tzu.
Oh,
Itty bitties.
Itty tiny bitty. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take one more question. At least looks like we're.
Do you have any other pets?
A cat. Yeah.
With a Twitter
I can't
account.
remember her name, but.
What are their names?
The animals?
Yeah.
Suki and Pepper and Clover. Yeah. Yeah.
I know we're actually starting to get a little close on time, unfortunately. I know we could probably all just sit in here and pick your brain for another hour or so. They might yell at me. But thank you to the fans that are in here today.
Thank you very, very much.
Definitely. Thank you, Zoie, so much for coming here today. Here pretty soon, sci-fi, sippy. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.